No, no, don't turn away. I know. You thought you were gonna be shocked. They're just glasses. It's just glass. No, I'm kidding. Yes, I am back. Yes, Talk Wrestling is back. For those of you that have been bugging Aaron for a month and a half, almost 2 months now, for those of you that have been besieging me on MySpace, wondering just where the hell is Jeff Meacham and what is he doing with his life, the answer is missing you crazy fucks. That's what I've been doing. I've been missing you people, and I decided the time was right, and, well, the main factor was I'm working about 10 minutes from Aaron now, so I can come here after work and get my aggression out from either making money or not making money. So here I am, Talk Wrestling number 46. There's been a lot happening in the last month. We had the Royal Rumble and No Way Out both, and we're going to talk about both of those in the next couple shows. But the first thing I want to talk about is you people. Thank you so much to everybody who has emailed me, who has stuck with me, who has wondered what's going on with me, with my son, with Jade, with everybody, with Aaron and Beth and everybody. I appreciate that so much. It means a lot to me that you guys care that much, or that you guys don't have that much of a life, that you want to know what's going on in mine. Either way, I'm happy, and it's all good. And I appreciate it. So thank you very much. We are back, and we're back on YouTube. And not just a 10-minute show. I can sit here and ramble as long as... I can sit and do this. And waste time. You know why? Because we got the full account back. I'll get to that at the end of the show. Alright, I've been wanting to talk about this to somebody, because I haven't been around anybody that's a wrestling fan except Jade. We didn't really watch ECW, but Christian's back! Christian's back! That's so cool. Not surprisingly, Vince McMahon feels... Wow. Vince McMahon feels that he's not quite main event material yet, so he's on ECW to hone his skills and whatnot. He might be ECW champion by next week, which wouldn't surprise me. But to relegate him to ECW, I think, is crappy. I think it's very poor decision of Vince McMahon and WWE Creative. He belongs on one of the big shows, Raw or SmackDown. I'm sorry, but he does. He's been a solid main eventer in TNA for the last at least 3 years. I think 2005, he debuted late 2005. He was world champion in 2006, so I think he debuted late 2005. So that's, 3 full years, 2006, 2007, 2008. He was in the main event of TNA. And the fact that he is being relegated to ECW and WWE is horseshit. He's a main eventer. He should be challenging, if not for the WWE and World Championships, then back for the Intercontinental and the U.S. Championships like he did before he left for TNA. He's right there at the top of the card. He should not be just the ECW champion, and the fact that he is tells me a lot about what Vince McMahon and what WWE Creative thinks of him, and maybe he made the wrong decision in coming back, and maybe he should have stayed with TNA. I know what it's like to feud with family, and the Matt and Jeff Hardy thing has just been so captivating, and who am I kidding? It's been terrible. They had Matt come out the Tuesday after the Rumble and sit in the ring and cut a promo while there was dramatic music playing. I feel like I was watching some monologue by a casting director that had produced that or something. And then 2 weeks later, we get the same thing from Jeff in the ring with dramatic music playing and clips showing. It's like, dude, let him talk and let him fight. You don't need to build it up. The build-up is already there. Let him go out of that WrestleMania one-on-one. Don't need any gimmicks or anything, because we already have a Money in the Bank ladder match. So you can't really do a ladder match with these two unless you really want to just kill the ladder match once and for all, having two in the same night. It's bad enough when TNA does all cage matches in one night. Just totally deadens the cage match process. The Hardys have been building toward this, and I find it very fascinating that they finally decided to turn one of them heel against the other. I'm not surprised it was Matt. Matt has been heel in the past against Jeff. You remember, for those of you who have been watching since the Alliance days, in late 2001, after the Survivor Series, when Jeff cost them the tag team title unification match, Matt kind of turned on both him and Lita. And they had a match at Vengeance 2001, which ended when Jeff pinned Matt. Although there was a foot on the rope, there was a whole big discrepancy there. But then they kind of pushed it aside and had Jeff and Matt and Lita all reunite at the Rumble that year, 2002, against The Undertaker. And then, of course, when Matt jumped to SmackDown in 2002 and laid Jeff out during the Intercontinental title match against Rob Van Dam, of course, everybody's favorite wrestler, including Talk Wrestling's. Again, they kind of didn't really have a feud. They just kind of had the implication that there was going to be something. But now we have something. And I am looking forward to the match whenever it does happen. There is a rumor that's going to happen next week on SmackDown. But I've read the spoilers. I don't read spoilers. I'm better than that. I don't have to read spoilers. I get my news when WWE wants me to get my news because I am a puppet, people. That's what I do. I listen to Vince McMahon, damn it. No, I'm just kidding. I really don't read spoilers because I want to enjoy the show when I watch it on Fridays. And on Tuesdays when they do ECW spoilers, I don't read those either. China. I read the press release, Aaron, that you showed me. I read who's involved and what it's called and everything, and they haven't named her co-star yet, but I'm afraid to know who she's going to be boinking next. I won't watch it because she's my friend, and it's weird watching friends have sex. I guess you guys know more about that than I do. I don't know what you guys watch for entertainment, but, you know. China is making poor decisions again. And that scares me that the people around her are allowing her to make these decisions. The last porn that was made with her was basically sold without her knowledge at first, and then it was embraced. This one, she's going into it with full knowledge, embracing it wholly in the first place. And I can only wonder what, if they even give her any thought, people like Triple H and Sean Waltman and Vince McMahon think of her at this point. And I wonder how much of a factor guys like Mark Cronin were in this decision. Because people like him dragged her down. Dragged her down? I don't know which one it is. Brought her down. Outsmarted myself. And now she's making a poor decision again. China, if you're watching, and I doubt you are because you have better things to do with your life than watch my show, apparently, including fuck guys on camera for money. But find my email in your book. Go to my MySpace, do something, and get in contact with me. Find the white light and run toward it. It's got red hair. It's got glasses. Just give me a call or something, please. Let me talk to you and see what's going on in your head. Seriously. Randy Orton. What can I say about Randy Orton? He's had this tremendous push since his return from, I believe it was shoulder injury. He's got a new theme song. He's got new accomplices. He's being really just thrust in our face going into WrestleMania this year, where he will face, it looks like it's going to be, he's facing Triple H at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. Might he jump to SmackDown? But after what happened on Raw this last Monday night, there can be no doubt in my mind that he's facing Triple H. Orton has now attacked his father-in-law, his brother-in-law, and his sister, and Triple H, it looked like to me, broke kayfabe and came out to his wife's aid. SmackDown this week will be very telling as opposed to where they're going with Triple H and whether he's going to finally reveal after 5.5 years that he is a member of the McMahon family. I, for one, welcome that change. The whole thing when he was with DX and he was, teasing Stephanie and teasing Shane and teasing Vince, and it's like, who's your family? We all know, we've all known the entire time they've been married, and we've all known the entire time they've been together. And it's nice to finally not have our intelligence insulted, in my opinion, if they do go forward with this, and it's very relieving, as I said before. His feud with Shane McMahon was very brief. They kind of rushed through that, it seemed like to me, to get the match at No Way Out and the match on Raw Monday. I I like the fact that Randy Orton has been on the cusp of danger many, many times, only to be rescued by Legacy, just to make sure he is completely, not 100% demolished until WrestleMania. But, in my humble opinion, they're going to have a very tense situation at WrestleMania where I believe that Orton will end Triple H's 13th world title, 8th WWE title reign, and become the WWE champion again. It seems like they're pushing toward that. They want Orton to be the dominant heel champion. And I think I agree with that. He was much better when he was being chased than as the chaser. I believe he was a great WWE champion for those months he was champion from October of 2007 until Backlash last year. And I think he'll be a great heel champion again. I think he deserves that spot at this point. A lot of people say, oh, Randy Orton's an asshole, Randy Orton's this, including people that live in my home. But Randy Orton is talented. Randy Orton is a superstar. He's a third-generation athlete, which means he's damn good, and he's got the legacy, not to have a pun intended, but it is. You know, he's got a Hall of Fame dad, and his grandfather was tremendous too. He's got it in his blood. He deserves to be the best. He is the best on Raw right now, including John Cena. And he should be champion. Now, whether they have the WWE Championship stay on SmackDown remains to be seen. But I think he belongs on Raw, Randy Orton. Aaron, what's up with these fans? They're assaulting wrestlers again. When he gets out of there, Chris Jericho gets out of his car, and I guess the guy was asking, looked like he was asking for an autograph or something, and before I know it, there's assaults going on. Dude, it's fake. The only thing that's real about wrestling is as fans' love for it. Yeah, the guys get hurt. Yeah, that's real. But the storylines that you see are fake. Jericho doesn't hate the legends. Jericho doesn't hate Mickey Rourke. Jericho would like to go to a party with Mickey Rourke, I'm sure. These fans are crazy. I'm surprised it didn't happen here. I'm friends with some of the fans out here that go to Staples Center. They're fans of mine. I got people coming from up north, like, up in Sacramento, that have a 916 area code, that bought tickets for $300 to SummerSlam that are coming down here. People like that are people that Chris Jericho assaulted and vice versa. It's those crazy, they wear NWO shirts during interviews. They're crazy. Crazy. Jericho, don't mess with them, man. You crazy Canuck, what's wrong with you? Just stay in your car, dude. It's okay. Just chill. Write some music. Watch some hockey. Do something. Just chill. We also had a storyline starting before the Royal Rumble with JBL and Shawn Michaels. That started in Armageddon. I wasn't a fan of this storyline, mainly because we all had our intelligence insulted very, very much. Shawn Michaels, at this point in his career and in his life, can retire comfortably. We've known that for years. He was away for 4 years and lived just fine and took care of his wife and child just fine, except for his drug addiction. But financially, monetarily, they were good. The fact that he invested in the market and bottomed out when the economy bottomed out, I believe was far-fetched and stupid. And to have it all build toward a match where it was all or nothing, it very much felt like the Survivor Series thing in 2001, where the losing company would disband and break up and be gone forever. Companies are not made and broken by a match. Companies are made and broken by financial decisions, by booking decisions, by decisions made within the hierarchy of the company. Shawn Michaels' financial situation shouldn't have been determined by a match. Shawn Michaels there should have been some other storyline to build JBL and Shawn Michaels being, let's say, the #1 contender for the world title, or like they're doing next week on Raw, having the right to go to WrestleMania to face The Undertaker. Now, I've heard rumors that they're going to throw a SmackDown superstar, Kozlov, into this mix for the WrestleMania Undertaker opponent. Please don't do this, WWE. I don't like Kozlov. Aaron doesn't like Kozlov. We don't like Kozlov. Make him go away. We didn't like him when he was doing the interviews in the crowd where he couldn't speak English. We don't like him now that he doesn't speak English. His theme music is stupid. It was a waste of a CD track on my new CD, which you can buy at Best Buy. Voices, WWE The Music Volume 9. Cheap plug for WWE. He's a waste. And the fact that he's still undefeated makes me sick. I also heard he defeated somebody that he should never beat for next week's SmackDown. No. Unacceptable. Regardless of what Aaron explained to me later about this, he shouldn't beat anybody on SmackDown. He should go away. But back to JBL and Shawn Michaels. I didn't like the storyline at all. I like the fact that it's over. I like the fact that Rebecca punched JBL in the face. That was awesome. The fact that she gave him the shiner, that was really cool. Because I've wanted to hit JBL more than once in the last 5 years. Has it been 5 years since he turned heel? Oh my god. That's right, he was champion in 2004, huh? Damn. Ugh. Back when Eddie was still alive. Oh, poor Eddie. And Eddie's looking down right now at his wife, or his widow, and her antics. Oh, God. Anyway, enough of that. Well, thank you all very much for watching the big return of Talk Wrestling after nearly 2 months in exile. What can I say? YouTube somehow realized the error of their ways and have allowed us back on. We are back at youtube.com/NoDQCAW. If you had this bookmark and took the bookmark away, add it back. If you're our friend, friend us back. If you left our MySpace pages, myspace.com/JeffMeacham and myspace.com/AaronRift, friend us back. We're back. Subscribe to YouTube page. Spread the word about people that don't know about the show yet, who have been under a rock for the last 2 years plus. Almost 2 years. I'm kind of exaggerating myself a little bit. We've been one of the most talked about shows on the internet, and I really appreciate that because you guys, you crazy wrestling fans, I talked about you guys earlier, ones that are soft and Jericho and all that, but it's you guys that keep me going. It's you guys that make me take 2 buses to get here after work every week to hang out with this crazy fool for an hour and tape shows. But I do it because I know you guys are watching and you guys are going to comment, you guys are going to leave me kudos on my MySpace because kudos just warm my heart. I love kudos. They're so neat. Ow, I hit myself with the pen. That hurt. Anyway, next week's show, we'll talk about the Hall of Fame and the so far inductees that I've heard. We'll talk about Mickey Rourke and his involvement or lack thereof in WrestleMania. We'll talk about the current state of TNA. The fact they're releasing people they shouldn't be releasing. And we'll talk about WrestleMania rumors in general regarding the 2 biggest legends in WWE history. And no, I don't mean Gilbert and Funaki, okay? Tune in next week's show, and we'll see you then.